Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down, but they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. The football, and the Jags grab it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Flush to his right. He'll run it. Room here to run. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the whip. 49, check 49, check 49. 36.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's coming. He's getting weapon. We got double up, double up. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist. Catch it.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Now 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Set. 60 out low. You don't want no. Pick up the ball. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Last seven. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, get the egg. Get the weight with it.
On third down, Jackson steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Check four. Check. Crouch. Alert flare. Flow down. Hey, shut up.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Hayward. Hey, we got Mike 50.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ready. Yellow waiting. He's telling him right. Four there. Alert. Hey, kill.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ready.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Opposite.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ready. Yellow waiting. 53 is the mark. Who that?
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
You're good. Ready.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And some room to maneuver. 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 27 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go!
To throw again. Jackson. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check, check. Lucky.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Come on, set. Get the flag. Mike 50. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, here we go.
This time Jackson will throw it, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch it. Stand on. Switch it.
From the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Incomplete.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Their own 13-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready? 95-56. Get that quarterback. And on top. Check. Showing it. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
On second down, here's Barkley. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
I'm coming after you. Check 9. Check. Hey, easy. Let it take.
And that will be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, 50's the mic.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's to Cook out of the backfield. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Andrew Billings able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Chance. Watch the safety creep. He's checking. Crash.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1.
Under 10. Check 99. Check the rest.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefit to that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Step, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. It's their quarterback with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
Check 52. Back.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Move. Here we go. Zone. Mike 50.
Now Jackson to throw on third down. That is caught. It's Perriman. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Right there in the middle. 55. You don't want this.
Mike 55.
Yeah.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better.
Short. Mike 55. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Hey, switch gears. Check your hot read. Go. Watch the shift. Watch twist. What?
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Brings up second and 10.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41.
I'm coming. Kill.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about half.
Now Paredes lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 27-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
25, check 25, check 25.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
A gain of 12. First down, Jaguars.
13.
Breeze now on first down. Now he's forced out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Say, hey, kill.
Here's Breeze. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Watch 13. You don't want nothing. Hey, kill.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They go back to the ground now with Barkley, and he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First down, Jacksonville.
Tight dog. Check 26, check 26. Easy, opposite.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Pettis there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll get this into the hands of Bird. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Come on, set. Check back the plan. Mike, 34. It's been long day.
Switch. Check nickel. On the ball.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
Go. Check the call.
Check 24. Check. Go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Jackson on first down. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
34's the Mike. 34's the Mike. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a carry for Perine. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good for a Browns first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll run it here with Perine. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
52's the mic, boys. 52. I know he ain't got it.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. It's caught inside the 25. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 44 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Breeze now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Kill. Under crunch. Slam. Check nine.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Space to maneuver at the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Brings up second and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Mike 50. Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Squeeze. Check.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, he's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The Browns on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is third and 11.
Watch safety creep. Safety.
Now it's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mike 29.
Let him know.
To throw again is Jackson. He's got this one complete to Perriman. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, the throw taken in by Sims. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. He gets it to Sims, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I got him.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again.
Let's get off the
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Jackson. He may try and run for this. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They'll come out in the pistol. On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Open man here, Sims complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Mark 50, Mark 50, Mark 50. Let's go, man. Go. Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here's Jackson to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
Ready? 95, 56.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Brees going to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Throwing again on second and 10. Brees nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From midfield, here's Brees. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jaguars, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.